So, last week we did some proofs. Today we're just going to do more of them, but we are going to see what it looks like to have HL in our proof. So, everybody look at the front one right here. I also want you to note, on last week I gave you all the stuff on your pictures. This week I'm not going to do that. So this week you're going to have to start labeling your picture to make sure that you have all the markings on there. So for instance, the given CD is congruent to AE. Please do a tick mark on CD and a tick mark on AE. And I don't know why mine are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Some of y'all have 1, 2, 3. So just, it's the same thing. So can everybody write given for their first box? Next, it tells us AD is the perpendicular bisector of CE. What does bisector mean? Splits in half. It's going to split CE in half. What does this word right here, or this symbol right here mean? Perpendicular means what? So I'm going to add a 90 degrees. It's going to split CD in half and add a 90 degrees right there. So angle CBD and angle ABE are right angles. Why? Ooh, I don't like this pen. If perpendicular, then 90 degree angles. And then it says triangle CBD and triangle ABE are right triangles. Why are they right triangles? Because if 90 degree angles, then right triangle. I want you to star both of these, the second and the third row, or seventh and eighth row. You are only going to need to talk about right triangles if your final answer talks about what? HL. Because you can't have a hypotenuse unless you have a right angle, a right triangle. That's why this line is necessary. Okay. There's one more thing we need to add. What else can I add? Or have we... Say it again? Well, we already know they're 90 degrees. We already talked about that. So you're right, but what else? This bisector, what did it cut in half? CB is congruent to BE. So CB is congruent to BE. Why? If bisects or bisector, then congruent. Do y'all agree I have SSA here, an angle, two sides with an angle not between? But SSA is a bad word. It doesn't work. What is this? HL. Why? Because you have that 90 degree angle, and then I'm going to do my box because we're done. So HL is just a little bit different because you have to state that it's a right triangle, and people forget to do that a lot. Okay? Turn your paper over. And I'm going to teach you an acronym that I want you to memorize. That acronym is, are we good? CPCTC. Let me say that again. CPCTC. Y'all say that with me. CPCTC. Do it again. CPCTC. What that means, CPCTC, is congruent. Any guesses with the P? That one's the hardest one. congruent parts of, oh, that's wrong. It's not congruent. I'm so sorry. I got ahead of myself. Corresponding. Thank you. Not congruent. I got excited. Wrong C. Corresponding parts of, now what's the C stand for? Congruent. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles, write this down please, are corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. CPCTC. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. What this means is, let's say I give you this triangle CAB and MLK, and I tell you they are SSS. All the sides are congruent. Do you agree SSS creates congruent triangles? Yes. So I can also now say, now that I know they're congruent, I can say, hey, so are the angles. And you might say, well, Miss Alvarez, all you gave me were the sides. Yes, but now that I know all the sides are congruent, I know the triangles are congruent, so I know the angles are as well. Or, let's say right here on this one, do you agree we said these were congruent because of HL? Now that I know they're congruent, I can say, hey, A and D are the same. Because don't you agree these are congruent triangles? So now you know their corresponding parts go together. So let's do this example right here. It says HF is congruent to HG. Let's label HF, HG. FG is congruent to JK. We have FG, we have JK. These are given. And H is the midpoint of GK. So what do I know? GH is congruent to HK. Don't forget that little line up top. Well, what do I have? Side, side, side. But do y'all notice my prove isn't this triangles? Haven't they always been triangles? Now they're not. So hold on, look up. I'm going to still put triangle. F, G, H. What is that congruent to? F to G to H. J, K, H. Write this down, right, please. Because of SSS. But now, what does my last line say? Why is angle G congruent to angle K? Because corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. CPCTC. In your homework yesterday, all of your proofs were the triangles, like this, right? All of them were. In your homework today, some of them will be, and you can stop right here. Some of them will not be, and you're going to end with CPCTC. CPCTC will always go at the end if you need it. Sometimes you won't need it, but if you need it, it will always go at the end. So grab the homework that I handed out to you. I'm going to do number 1 and 2 with you. Number 1, let's write my given. GH is congruent to SH, and I'm going to mark that. You can write it in 1 line or you can do them in 2 lines. I'm going to do them in 2 lines just because I write big. But it's up to you. TH is congruent to OH. What else do I know? Vertical angles. What are my vertical angles? Angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles. Am I just going to write vertical angles in the reason? No, what am I going to write? If vertical angles, then congruent. What do I have here? Louder? Louder? SAS. I have SAS. And do y'all see how prove is this? I'm done. Triangle GHT is congruent to triangle SHO. We're done. Hello. No, you're good. Yeah. That's fine. She's good. She need to take her things?
Just in case, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. We're done. I'm going to do my little box because I finished. I ended with my prove. We're good. Do y'all see how this prove has the triangles in it? We don't have to do CPCTC. Right? Can I move on? My next proof, do y'all see how my next proof does not have the triangles in it? That's a hint, hey, you're going to do CPCTC. But let's go off. What is my first thing? Given. Oh, and then what else did it give me here? Another given. It just skipped a box. Well, I need to add to my picture. What is this word bisects? GS bisects TO. Which means what? TH is going to go with, be congruent to HO or OH. And we can't write midpoint because there's no midpoint in that. We have to write if bisects, then congruent. Now, if they didn't give us this number 3, could you have written number 3 where number 2 is? Yes. Just like in Uno, you can go in you can do number or letter or number or color. Same thing here. These are the same thing. All right, this one's weird. What else do I know? Say that again. I know GT and OS are parallel. What else do I know? Okay, I'm going to go with that in just a second. I heard somebody say, what about angle 1 and 2? Angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Why? If vertical angles, then congruent. Okay. I heard Jason said, if parallel, then AIA are congruent. And which ones, it's up to you, which ones do y'all want to say are congruent here? Which ones are AIA? You choose. T and O is perfect. Did you have to choose T and O? No, you could have chose G and S. I'm going to choose T and O. So angle T is congruent to angle O. Because if parallel, then AIA are congruent. What do I have? Say it again. Not SSA. ASA. I have 2 angles with the side in between. Do y'all agree with that? I have 2 angles and a side in between. 2 angles and a side in between. So what's congruent here? Triangle GHT. And you could do this in any order. What goes with GHT? G goes with S, H is with H. Oh, I forgot my triangle. And O goes with T. GHT goes with SHO. That order matters. You could have said GTH, doesn't matter there, but these need to go together. It's a little weird, right? Normally we would end, but is this my proof?
No.
Nope, I gotta write whatever's in the proof. GT is congruent to what? SO, why? CPCTC. Alright, y'all have about 15 minutes and you only have 2 problems left to do. So do those. You can come ask me questions if you have them. We are gluing this on to page 34 in our notebooks. Glue this on to page 34 in your notebook. Come ask me questions. You can get up and work with a friend.